Hello, everyone. We're back here again with you with the book Eat That Frog. We're thrilled you're here. You've been hanging in there with us for months on this little tiny book with the little chapters, but it's made a big impact in my life, I know, and I hope it has in yours. So welcome back. Thrilled that you're here. So let's get into this book. The first thing I need to tell you is that you're going to have a guest host for this session. And this is who you're going to be talking with today. This is Tanisha Jackson. And she has been part of this group and part of Toastmasters within OHFA. And so she's going to take over the reins for this session. And I'm going to turn things over to her. And you might be hearing back from me in just a little bit. So Tanisha, you want to introduce yourself and talk to the folks?
Hello, everyone. I'm Tanisha Jackson, and I'm so excited to be the co-host for today. And first, I want to thank Kathy Nichols for allowing me this opportunity. Now we're just going to jump right in and start with our Chapter 8 review. So in the homework for Chapter 8, you had to look at 3 tasks for your career and 3 goals for each area of your life. And that is from page 55. That shows your Chapter 8 homework. And then if you go back to page 51, it talks about the goals for each area of your life. For example, the family or relationship goals, financial goals, health goals, and so on. So if you haven't did that, it's a good thing to check on that page and find out what the 3 most important goals are for those different areas of your life. And now we'll go ahead and move on to Chapter 9. For Chapter 9, it talked about preparing thoroughly before you begin. And first, the author talks about creating a comfortable workspace. He mentions the most productive people take the time to create a work area where they enjoy spending time. Then he goes on to say that to get everything that you need to work completely ready in advance. So we can see there are two pieces to having your comfortable workspace. It has to be, of course, clean and organized so that in a place where you enjoy spending time. And then the second piece is that you want to have the tools that you need in order to be able to do the work that you set out to do. And this reminds me of, for example, my kitchen. If I go to cook, I can't cook if my kitchen is a mess or if it's cluttered. First, I have to organize it. I have to clear out the kitchen so that I can cook. And then another example of that would be, for example, if you're trying to pay your bills, but you go to sit down and you have a whole bunch of mess everywhere and there's nowhere to sit, or maybe you got magazines or books just scattered everywhere and you're trying to sit down and you have to move stuff out the way and you just move it from one location to the next and you really don't clear it out. So it really makes it hard for you to do that kind of job. And then the second part of that would be going back to my kitchen example. Once I'm organized the kitchen and it's all clear, I still can't even perform or begin to cook if I don't have the right tools. I got to have the right ingredients and I got to have the food ready. So if I don't have the right tools, then I still can't even do that. And going back to even the paying the bills example, I still can't pay my bills if I don't have the internet access up. If maybe my internet got shut off, I mean, that would really make it difficult for me to even pay the bills, even though that work environment is not cluttered anymore. Or maybe I don't have stamps and I'm scrambling like, well, where's my stamps? Or maybe I wrote my last check, whatever it is. But there's some kind of obstacle. I don't have all my tools ready because I don't have my tools ready, and there's some obstacles there that are prohibiting me from still completing the task that I set out to do. So keep that in mind when you are creating your comfortable workplace. You need to have it organized and enjoyable so you want to be there, but you also want to make sure you have the right tools so that you can begin to work. Now the next part, actually I want to ask a question. What are some ways that you want to share about organizing? So if you have time, there's something that you can think about. How do you organize, or have you even considered organizing your workspace? And Kathy, do you have any suggestions would you like to share with us?
I would. You know, way back in this book, and I'm just flipping back, it's actually on page 19, way back. Let me see what chapter that was in. That was in 2. And on 19, the homework was to take a notepad or a sheet of paper and make a list of everything you have to do. And then once you have that list, then lay out each of your goals that you've written down by priority, what's most important, and by sequence, what has to be done first. And this, I've never written goals on paper. I don't know about any of you guys, but this was like really hard for me. But as you can see, Tanisha, I have it right here. I posted it right on my workplace, where I can look at it every day. And you know what? I've completed almost all those goals. And this was probably a couple months ago that we were on chapter 2. We had just started in the book. So really, really has helped me a lot. And I'm one that I'm more abstract. I can be organized if I have to. It's not my first thing, so I really have to work at it. So that really helped me to do that.
So creating that list really helped you
really
to get
did.
things organized.
Really did, to keep me organized, yeah.
That's good. I have another example to share. For me personally, I actually just recently bought a comforter set, and it's funny how when you just make even small changes to your environment, that it really helps to just set the mood and makes it more enjoyable, as the author was saying. I enjoy spending a lot more time in my room because my comforter set just makes the aura so much more inviting, and it's actually an eggplant color, and it has different patches in it. It's like a satiny material, and it's just very comforting. It's very soothing kind of colors. So it just really brought out the decor in my room and just really makes it more inviting and just relaxing. So there's another example that I want to share with you on that. And now we'll go ahead and move to page 58, which talks about launching toward your dreams. Now the author mentions that my personal rule is get it 80% right and then correct it later. Don't expect perfection the first time or even the first few times. Be prepared to fail over and over before you get it right. Now, I like what the author is talking about here, because really I want to just encourage you, as far as the failure really is part of the process in your success journey, or in your journey of launching your dreams and reaching your dreams and your goals. And I want to encourage you not to allow the failure to detour your success or your mission. It's all part of the process. And what you should do when you do fail is try to learn from it and find a new way or idea to improve. Now, just a question to think about: what motivates you to keep on track? Because when people do fail, what is it that motivates them to continue on their journey in the midst of failures? And while you're pondering that question for your own personal life, we have a special video that we want to share with you about some famous people who have failed, but because they didn't give up, they succeeded. Now give us a couple seconds. We're having a couple of technical difficulties, but we're going to get it going here. And you know, on Oprah Winfrey, she also was sexually abused when she was at the age of 9. And look at her today, the most successful woman in the world. Colonel Sanders, he was the age of 62 when he first started for KFC. And I love KFC, by the way. It's real good. If you never failed, you've never tried anything new. That is so true. As I mentioned, its failure really is all part of the process. I remember an earlier conversation that I had with Kathy, and she was talking about how some people, they really don't dream. And I believe that this is true because when I talk to some people and I observe their life, I just notice that they're just living from day to day. They're living in the moment, or maybe they're in survival mode, or they're just coasting. And you know, you can only do so much coasting. I just have to say that. So I just want to encourage you, don't live in the moment. Plan for the future. Don't just live in the moment. Plan for the future. So be prepared for your failures and learn from them and keep moving, because it will take time for you to get to where you want to be. You're going to face obstacles and challenges. Speaking of challenges, let's look at the homework for today. First, you want to take a look at your workspace. You want to ask yourself, what kind of person works in an environment like that? And I'm on page 59 for the homework. The cleaner and neater your work environment, the more positive, productive, and confident you feel. And I would like to add to that, you also have more time. For me, when my work environment is cleaner and organized, then I feel like I have more time and I don't feel as stressed out. And the second part of the homework is to clean up your workspace, which we've already talked about. So just get started on it. Resolve today to clean your desk and office completely so that you feel effective, efficient, and ready to get going each time you sit down to work. And that concludes our session for today. Kathy, do you have anything else that you would like to add or mention?
I just want to thank you for presenting today. I love to have people from our own OHFA staff come and share their knowledge with you guys and their inspiration, and that's really what this is all about. Is none of us have all the answers, but together, supporting each other and encouraging each other, we can really be more productive at work and home and in our personal lives. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you being here, and good luck to everybody, and do your homework. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Progress.
Thank you.